Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and we are in San Luis Obispo with the Piper Arrow from Just Flight. It's a PA-28R. This is in the livery of the Archer that I used to fly with a super goofy tail number. And we're going to fly the second half of the long solo cross-country leg going from San Luis Obispo to Oceano and back down to John Wayne. And we're going to do it with retractable gear and a variable pitch prop, which is going to be very lovely. Hello, Dr. Ocean, Orange Yoshi, Finbar, 4 Foxtrot Golf, rides again. Flight, Ryan, everybody. Hello, everybody. And we will not forget the wheels, I promise. For those of you joining late in the party, this is our route here on ForeFlight, San Luis Obispo to Oceano, and we are going to follow this little valley right here. It's going to keep us low because we've got only 8 miles before we hit Oceano, and we don't want to have to climb over the mountains, the hills that are just south of us if we were to go direct. So we're going to follow the highway in the valley, go over the city, cross over midfield at Oceano, and enter a left downwind for 29, get some gas, and then head to John Wayne. So that is the plan, and we are going to be in a complex plane doing it, so that will be really fun. Okay, let's do it. The other thing to remember on the Piper airplanes is, of course, the fuel tank. We have left and right, not a both, which is really kind of annoying. So let's get the masters on. Let's get the fuel pump on. Give them one of these, even though it's fuel injected, so that really doesn't do anything for us. Let's see here, and let's set the parking brake. Dun, dun, dun. Beacon is on. Let's crank this thing over. Fires right up because of course it does. Let's get the avionics on. Pull the mixture down to about the X. Get the RPMs down a little bit. We don't need all that. No, I haven't seen that yet, right? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun if you don't know about that. We got all of our old views there. Look at that, fantastic. And we have radios. We've got information mic, and what were we? Ground 0.6, I think. Let's check. Yeah, this is Piper Arrow. That's the wrong thing that I wanted to go to. I want to go to here, and we're going to type in 4 Foxtrot Golf. There we go. 200 horsepower, so it's not a high performance, but it is a compact.
We're on the Bravo taxi to the ramp, straight ahead by Bravo.
Straight ahead with you, 94 Delta Bravo.
You passed the Cat 9.
Thank you much. Have a great evening.
Lima Bravo, runway 29, clear for the option.
San Luis ground, good evening. Arrow 444 Foxtrot Golf over at ACI with Mike ready to taxi.
Arrow 444 Foxtrot Golf, San Luis ground, say direction flight.
Where do we head into the southwest to Oceano?
Arrow 444 Foxtrot Golf, runway 29, taxi by Alpha.
Alpha to 29 or 444 Foxtrot Golf.
LA Tower, earlier 925 Delta Mike.
And we're left. Turning, look at that.
There's your 925 Delta Mike.
That's
LA Tower,
awesome.
runway 25 left. Clear for takeoff, wind 23010.
Clear for takeoff, 25 left, 5 Delta Mike.
I think we need a little scenery load in here. Jeez, that was annoying. Okay.
San Luis Tower, 72 Lima Bravo, left downwind, runway 29.
For 2 Lima Bravo, runway 29, clear for the option.
Why
Clear
is
for
that
the
not
option,
working?
runway 29, 72 Lima Bravo.
I think it's ground JetBlue 211 is coming up on spot 5 with kilos.
Looking really good, Bill.
There we go. There
Southwest
it
258
is.
departure.
Departure 252.
JetBlue 211, Vegas.
We are
runway
looking
26
good,
right,
Brad.
taxi via Charlie.
All right, let's
Charlie
not taxi
26 right,
at
JetBlue 211.
1 knot. We're VFR, so that's good. Good old 4 Foxtrot Golf. That nose wheel steering is not letting us down.
Southwest 258, Vegas departure, radar contact.
It's a good looking plane.
Order 5 Delta Mike, high pressure.
Here's my
Departure, 5 Delta
GoPro
Mike.
view.
Southwest 2016, kind of Heli Center 133.2.
Okay, that's a little bit too fast in taxi. How is the fuel looking? Okay,
Major 95 Delta Mike, so
Oh,
departure,
crap.
radar contact.
we do have good fuel.
Yeah, 2016, contact Heli Center 133.2.
Look out!
American 2637, advised leading flight level 300.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine, except you can't turn.
Looking really good, Bill.
That's
Approaching runway 29.
the problem.
Vegas Tower, JetBlue 211. Short
Legality
26
is
right, ready,
whatever.
26 right.
JetBlue 211, Vegas Tower, way 26 right, clear for takeoff, wind 21010.
Alright, clip for takeoff 26 right, JetBlue 211.
A little bit slow on the RPMs there on the prop, but that's fine. And let's look at that, and we'll check. That looks good. That looks good.
Officer Connell's on the landline
So
second.
look good. Okay, we have control. We have full control now. Awesome. Let's go to tower and then 20.
For 1902, say altitude.
What was it?
1902,
22.
currently in violation Los Angeles Bravo airspace. Show if you're right now goes from 5,000 to 10,000, 10,000. And if you're at 5,500, that puts you 500 feet above the top of the bottom of the shelf, which means you're in violation of the Bravo airspace. I need you to fly north and exit the Bravo airspace.
Oopsie.
1902 negative, you did not hear the words cleared into Bravo airspace from me. I did not say that. If I did, then you would be cleared, but you weren't. I was told you to remain outside the Bravo airspace and climb to 5,500. It's not a contradiction if you circle north of the airspace.
This is
I
Brandon.
need you to fly north and exit the airspace, please. For 5 Delta Mike, turn left heading 15, correction, left turn to 140.
Whoopsie. San Luis Tower, Arrow 444, Foxtrot Golf Short 29.
Marcus 2637, Roger, Connect Delay Center 128.6. Correction 126.35. South, correction American 2637, correction 126.35 for LA Center.
Oh, is this guy a Bonanza? Did I hear that right? Looks ridiculous with those flaps.
Yeah, 2016, I got it, thank you. JetBlue 211, contact Parrish.
JetBlue 211.
Oh,
Southwest G58, contact LA Center
ground clamping.
134.65.
That's what's up. Brandon Cam. $90 of flap.
South G58, LA Center, maintaining flight level 230.
I think I got stepped on the first time. Let's check in one more time.
Runway 25 Delta Mike, contact SoCal departure 127.4. 5 Delta Mike, affirmative, 27.
San Luis Tower, Arrow 444, Foxtrot Golf, holding short 29er at Alpha. Live fly guy, what's up?
American 2637 LA Center, John 1 altimeter 2990.
Have you, Yoshi? It wasn't out in SoCal, was it?
Bird 925 Delta Mike.
I mean, I know there are a
Signal
couple.
approach,
I mean, there's
altimeter
there's
2998.
at John
And
Wayne.
let me know
that
when you
have
have,
the
I think you
same
said you had
logo.
Sierra. You can put the ILS run 20 at approach. And for now, just flight your present heading. I'll have a turn and a handoff for you momentarily. JetBlue 211 Vegas departure, radar contact. 4445 shot golf. Say again.
You were holding short 29er at Alpha.
4445 shot golf. St. Louis Tower, runway 29er, clear for takeoff. Left turn, southbound approved. Wind is 300-811.
I cleared for takeoff 29er 444 Foxtrot Golf. Okay.
Los Angeles clearance. Skyhawk 503.
Approaching runway 2. Entered runway
Clear.
29. 6,000 feet remaining.
John Wayne.
Clear.
This is for the I-6 rating.
Gary's about
503
ready
up
to
Mike,
do.
LA clearance.
Head to John
Cleared the John
Wayne.
Wayne Airport. Seal Beach 8 departure as filed. Climb on 6 at maintain
Did I set this
4,000.
right? No, I
Departure
set it
frequency
for
125.2. Squawk 5034.
Pull up. Pull up.
Alright, we're
Here
clear
we
John
go.
Wayne. Seal Beach 8 departure.
Ramon Leister, did I get that right? Thank you very much for the follow.
4,000. Frequency 125.2. Squawk 5034 for John Wayne.
5034.
Oh yeah, the gear, my gear thing doesn't work.
Mike back to
Awesome.
Bird 925 Delta Mike. Turn left heading 070. Number 12902.
This is
Do you have any questions about that?
this is different than. It is windy too.
Bird 902, about 500 is what is the recommended altitude for that procedure. However, you cannot enter Bravo airspace unless you've been specifically cleared into the Bravo airspace. Unless you hear me say that you're being cleared to the airspace, you're not cleared to the airspace. The only exception to that is the LAX Special Flight Rules area where the chart clears you to the airspace. But if you look at the Special Flight Rules area, there's very specific requirements you have to have to meet that requirement.
Yeah, and I mean,
The basic rule is
strictly,
if you don't get cleared to the Bravo, you're
you
not
know,
cleared
unless
to
he
the Bravo.
says early turnout approved, you're better off just waiting for the departure end. But yeah, I mean, pretty much.
San Luis Tower, 72 Lima Bravo, left downwind runway 29, full stop.
72 Lima Bravo, 129, clear to land.
I think the
Clear
guy's
land,
doing
runway
the
29,
cat
72
rating
Lima Bravo.
pattern
For
where
902, you can disconnect if you want to, then restart at 99.
Ground, this is 210. 1 Julie Golf. I get disconnected there. I see my phone still going over to Catalina.
For 902, kind of nice tower.
really windy.
For 902, Delta Mike, and I SoCal approach, 128.1. American 2637, contact SoCal approach, 135.4. Southwest 258, contact LA Center, 133.2.
But like at John Wayne, for
Yeah,
example, they will
211,
tell you
kinda
early turnout, or
134.65.
in those VFR departures, they want you on that upwind,
VNI
that
Tower,
offset upwind
12902,
and final. So
4,500 feet.
there are some
requesting full
tiny
stop.
American 2637, SoCal
Exceptions
approach,
to
John
that,
altimeter
but,
2990. Thanks for Sierra, expect the RNAV to the runway 20 right approach.
all right, we're coming up. Basically, once we get to the shore,
For 12902, Van Nuys Tower,
is
enter
where
right
we're
down,
out of
runway
the
16
Bravo.
right, clear to land.
Or out of the Delta.
Right downwind, 16 right, clear to land, 12902.
Yeah, and good point. Yeah, it isn't regulatory, it's just recommended. There's probably, you know, if we really studied San Luis Obispo, there's, you know, there might be departure, you know, noise abatement procedures that
58.
don't turn until you get to a riverbed, or until you get to the golf course or something like that. Those are pretty common.
Last record call was stepped off, please say again.
And those are are all per
Delta Seabody LA, can I maintain a flight level
per airport.
320?
And it is windy.
Ground Delta Mike, approach, John 1 altimeter 2900. Thanks for sharing.
Alright, so you can see here, we're just popping out of the Delta.
Timber Data Tower, November
So
758,
we're
Alpha
over
Alpha off on
to
Charlie, taxi to the
Oceana
tower.
right now.
Oceana traffic, Cessna 9750 Romeo, 10 miles east, inbound for runway 29.
Love it.
I will fly over the runway and enter a left downwind. Oceana.
Oceano traffic, a Piper is 6 miles to the north on the shoreline. We're going to cross over midfield and enter a left downwind for 29er Oceano. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So he's 10 miles out. We're going to beat him in probably. Especially if he's in a 172. And we now probably have a 10 knot tailwind as well.
Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 143 Victor Bravo, turning left final for runway 29er, Oceano traffic.
Didn't he say that he was 10 miles out? Well, I think this is the Cat 1. I think he's on the Cat 1 rating, so this may be the first time that he's used PilotEdge. That's fine. Oceano traffic, the Piper is 3 miles out over the pier, inbound for 29 Oceano. I'm equally confused by that call.
Oceana traffic, Cessna 9750 Romeo is 8 miles east, inbound for runway 29. I'm going to overfly the runway at 2,500 and enter a left downwind for runway 29 Oceana.
Alright, so we're that Piper inbound from the north. We're about 2 miles to the north of the field. We're going to cross over and probably beat you there with plenty of time, but we'll be entering a left downwind for 29. This is going to be interesting, guys. Okay, let's get fuel. Fuel is on.
Oceano traffic, Skyhawk 143 Victor Bravo, clear back to runway, Oceano.
These two guys. They sound exactly the same. Okay, let's get the gear coming down, because we may have to deal with this and that guy. Oceano traffic, Piper is crossing over midfield, entering a left downwind for 29er Oceano. Yep. Gumps. What do we got? Gas, undercarriage, mixture, props. We don't have any carb situation, so we're good there. Looks like we're pretty good to enter the left downwind. Oceano traffic, Piper is entering a left downwind for 29er Oceano. There's the departure in, so we can go one notch of flaps there, and I gotta remember how to land this thing. It is way different than the
Oceana traffic, Cessna 9750 Romeo is 5 miles eastbound for runway 29 Oceana.
Oceano traffic, Piper turning left base 29er Oceano. Oceano traffic, Piper is turning final 29er Oceano. Looks pretty good, huh? Yeah, okay, there it is. final, and we're gonna just need to maintain our speed here because this little arrow has a tendency to be really nose heavy. But we got tons of headwind. This is awesome. Yeah, this thing does not glide at all. It falls out of the sky. Oceano traffic, Piper is short final 29er Oceano. Okay, we got full 3 green, mixture of props, everything looks good. Okay. The last sanity check before touchdown. We got rotors are neutral on the indent there. Probably gonna have to even add a little power, and we're still gonna end up being a little bit short. Needs a lot of trim too. It's gonna be. I'll take that. That wasn't comfortable, but that is good. Oceano traffic, the Piper is clear of 29er to the right, taxiing to the pumps. Oceano. The Archer that I flew definitely didn't glide as much as the Cessna, at least it feels like it, but you could at least go full idle on that thing all day long. Young Trap Ray, happy Little Friday, happy Thursday to you. Hey, what's up, Ernie? Yeah, so in the Archer you could go full idle.
Oceano traffic, Cessna
But I don't think in the
9750
Arrow
Romeo
you
is 1 mile east. I will overfly
and
the
you definitely
runway
can't
at
in
pattern
this
altitude
Arrow.
1000 and enter a left downwind for runway 29 Oceana.
We're gonna taxi over to the fuel pump over here. No airliners tonight. Alright, so here is our fuel pump. This is also operated by ACI. Ernie, it feels good. It's always really fun having guests in the house, but it's also nice to have all of your stuff in space back. Like, our house is not very big, so this is kind of a dual purpose room. Okay, let's go avionics off. Let's go lights, fuel pump coming off, mixture, everything's dead. Let's start an airline of epics and TBMs. I'm down with that. Okay, now we're gonna get some fuel. So here is our fuel pump. Put in our card, looking good. Let's just check what our fuel situation is right now. Okay, so we got plenty of fuel there. That is fine. All right, so while we're waiting here for just a second, let's go to the iPad and do like the easiest flight plan ever. So we're gonna start at Lima 52, and we want the Oceano. Thank you for asking. And John Wayne. So big old pink line, right? Yeah. Yes, exactly, Ernie. It's ridiculous on both fronts. It's actually not too bad on the square footage side, but yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna go. We want the LAX VOR, and we're gonna go. Let's go all. There's the LAX, and then we need. Actually, I want the TAC chart down here. That helps. Okay, and then this is the coastal route right there, like Mia. And then this is like, yeah, there. Coastal route. And the coastal route can be found right here, and we will brief that once we're kind of on the way. But for now, we're going to pop up to Oceano, and then we need to know what our clearance or approach frequency is. And is there any cheater for-flight thing? Nope. Can't see that, of course. Let's see if Santa Maria has anything that we can peek at here. Frequency, Santa Maria ground flight services. Santa Barbara approach 2415. Okay, cool. Frankium. Happy Little Friday. Do you need the Class B endorsement for this? No, I take that back. Yeah, you do need, you need to be endorsed as a student to solo at all. So it's endorsements for all that stuff. Captain Aviation, have a great night. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. You'll need, the endorsements for all the airports and the airspace and all that stuff. So it's not a big deal at all, but you do need endorsements for all of it. Let's get this thing going. So we've got masters on. Make sure the parking brake is set. Fuel pump is on. Mixtures go full rich. This thing turns on in a friggin' heartbeat. Boom. And there is some RPMage. Avionics coming on. We've got our Unicom in there now, and let's put on our lights. Just Flight Piper. Yep. Let's go. Okay. Oceano traffic, Piper 444 Foxtrot Golf. We're going to cross over the approach end of runway 11, taxi back to 29er Oceano. Nobody should be coming from this side with a 12 knot tailwind. Okay, cool. This is the Just Flight Arrow. Or sorry, yeah, Arrow. That's what I said. Yeah. We need a Cirrus for X-Plane. There's a couple of them. One looks good and one flies good, but neither really do both particularly well. Tank slapper. Okay. Do you have a plan? Oh, do you have to plan an alternate route if they deny Class Bravo transition? They won't deny it. Yeah, they won't. I stayed clear of Class Bravo on my first solo cross countries. The 4-hour one is this Saturday. Oh, nice, Dr. Ocean. Yeah, my initial cross country solo was through the Bravo, and there's no not letting you in. Do you fly only small G8 or do you fly larger ones? Every once in a while I'll fly larger ones, but I like to fly the planes that I fly in the real world, in the airports that I fly in the real world. So I kind of stick to that, but I do on occasion fly stuff that's a little bigger and faster. But to me, this is more fun. We got more action.
Clear of the active Oceana.
They deny small planes at Atlanta. Huh. Well, that's too bad. Nice. Yeah, the TBM is fantastic.
Approaching runway 29.
Okay. Well, they're active all the time. It's never closed. You wouldn't get denied. Oceano traffic, White Piper is departing runway 29er to the southeast, Oceano. Okay, lights, camera, action. Airspeed's alive. This guy is way too close to the deck, to the runway. Up. Where he's supposed to be. Gears coming up. Props coming back. Oceano traffic, Piper turning right, or excuse me, left crosswind, Oceano.
Oceano traffic, Cessna 9750 Romeo is crossing the runway to the north side of Oceano.
Oceano traffic, Piper is on the left downwind departing to the southeast. Oceano.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Dr. Ocean, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Alec Mike Zulu, welcome. Good Suck, welcome.
Hey, bird.
TN John,
Whoa, buddy.
welcome. And Dennis, hello, sir. And Mr. High Wing Driver, welcome, guys. Thank you, Dr. Ocean, very, very much. Why are the untowered calls in a sim better than it's a good question. I don't know. Some of those were a little weird. Left final, I don't know what that is, but yeah, I don't disagree. That's pretty funny. Okay,
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
we're all set here. Let's go. What was that? What was that? 2415.
Pull up.
Frankium, Alki, thank you very much.
S, dude.
Thank you very much for the follow.
Bird. Whoa, buddy.
And Dr. Ocean, thank you for the 4 months. Really appreciate that, and the gifted submans. Thank you a million.
Diamond 414 Alpha Bravo, holding short, 29 via
Muffin
Alpha.
69, welcome aboard. Thank you.
Bravo, San Luis, ground.
Pull up.
What's your direction of departure?
Pull up.
Heading south toward Oceano, 414 Alpha Bravo.
And a really fireball. Thank you as well for the follow.
It's supposed to be the tower, check your frequency. For 5310 Hotel, aircraft in direction of flight.
When I requested VFR flight following, they gave me 12055. Is that incorrect?
10 Hotel, roger. 414 Alpha Bravo, the departure frequency is not the frequency you call for tower. That's the frequency that you call when tower says contact departure. You should be with the tower frequency right now for effective takeoff.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
So 5310 now after departure, flight 330, maintain VFR at or below 2,400. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4702.
We gotta wait. Feedback is correct.
410 Hotel, back correct. We're found out the mic, heading 030.
030, and I've got a long-winded request when you're able.
The mic, give me coming in.
Santa Barbara approach, Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf 3600 with request.
444 Foxtrot Golf, goodbye. 503 Alpha Mike, that's hotel approach 128.1.
We're 128.1.
Southwest 258, contact SOCOM approach 128.1. 124.35.
Southbound departure, November 12902.
Oh, nice
requesting
shot.
Clearance to the Bravo.
Nice shot, Dr. Ocean. That's super cool. Wow. Gorgeous shot, man.
414 for Bravo, and Lowe's Tower, and wait 29er, clear for takeoff.
Yeah.
JetBlue 211, contact call approach 124.35. For 12902, I'm showing you 1,500, can you confirm?
It's on it right
I'm
now.
5,500.
Now, you in the Bravo airspace right now?
That's negative.
It's a negative to that negative. That's funny. You're actually in the Bravo airspace from what I'm saying. I'm showing you just about 2 miles southwest of the San Juan Airport. If you look at your sectional chart, you'll notice I'm 2 miles southwest of San Juan Airport from 5,000 to Bravo airspace. So the goal here is for you to fly north of the airspace, circle, maneuver, do whatever you gotta do, remain north of the Bravo airspace at 5,500. That's the only way you can remain outside the Bravo airspace at 5,500
brutal,
is if you
man.
circle north.
Yeah, I'm showing my Bravo on my GPS is, I'm just circling before my Bravo. I mean, I'll send you a screenshot.
I can't receive screenshots. This is
I'll take it.
capability for that. Just fly north, exit the Bravo, and I'd recommend if you're having troubles with your GPS, something contact support.
Well, it's my Sim's GPS, and so that's why I started circling while I was waiting for your reply.
Would you take off? Radio check.
Yeah, we're here. When you get a chance to get vectors around, I'd like to do the VOR GPS Bravo approach. Vectors to fly.
One take off. One take off. Roger. Have a request. Contact approach 127.4.
27.4.
It's spicy tonight.
Approach Southwest 258, Romeo 9000, Lucky 1.
Southwest 258, approach.
Okay, we're going to get some autopilot going here once
Cleared, localizer,
at our altitude, which is 5,500.
Okay, clear localizer 27 approach, Southwest 258.
JetBlue 211, young.
Yeah, JetBlue 211 is up 12.5, Lucky 1, Romeo.
JetBlue 12.
What's up, Ryan?
Approach number 2993, clear localizer, 87 approach.
993, clear low 27, meow, JetBlue 211.
We're 5 with the mic, what should we?
Now, after this approach, I'd like to go to to San Bernardino. I think the routing is like Seal Beach, Victor 8, Paradise. I can, want me to file out in the air or just leave it with you?
5 with the mic, I've got it right now. I'll give it to you once you go
There
message.
you go. Looks good there.
Out on the mic, Roger.
So cut 1 Julie off 4,000. We got current 1 minute weather like the vectors for the VOR GPS Bravo.
For 1 Juliet Golf. Approach on altimeter 29908. Just have land 4,000 clear for the VOR DC Bravo approach for Juliet down.
And cover to go 4, and we'll cover the down.
503 Mike, approach on like this.
There are Ryans all over the place.
For 503 F, John 1 altimeter 29901. Turn left heading 040, vectors ILS, right 20 right, cushion that vectors visual approach, right 20 right.
Yes. We can set this up all
Okay, we're going to turn to 040 for the visual approach to your right, runway 71.
Cleared it now, Chief, out the mic. Turn right heading 170, join the localizer.
170 to join, out on the mic.
For 4445, try to stand by our approach.
Yeah, Santa Barbara approach, Aero 444, Foxtrot Golf 5,500. We're just to the northwest of Santa Maria. We'd like flight following to John Wayne via the coastal route at 5,500.
For 4445, try golf, block 7416.
Was that 4716?
7416, 7460.
7460.
For 414, Alpha Bravo 9 departure.
That was really hard.
Number 414, Alpha Bravo 9 departure.
414, Alpha Bravo, contacting departure.
Plus 465, Nevada's ground. San Juan, you mark.
This is a glorious mess.
4657, 16
You know,
right,
Brandon
Alpha
would
Charlie.
probably say otherwise, but feels like a real airspace. We'll put
33
in,
Echo Echo, Victorville Tower.
let's go.
Victorville altimeter
Sepulveda
is
Pass.
3002.
So we've
Westbound
got
transition to 3 report overhead the field.
Victor. These are some GPS little waypoints, which are kind of fun. So we've got
444 Fox strike off contact 6 miles northeast Santa Maria Airport. Santa Barbara altimeter 29er 89er. Say altitude.
Alright, 29er, 89er, we're at 5,500, 444 Fox Strike Golf.
We're 529 Delta Mike. Correction, 9025 Delta Mike, contact John White Tower 126.8.
Okay, so VPS.
Yeah, just verified for the approach by Delta Mike.
Oh, Mike, yeah, sorry about that. I thought I'd get it to you.
Hey, what's up, White Leg?
Snake at or above 3,000, cleared ILS, and 20 right approach.
Alright, at about 3, cleared out,
LAX.
0 at approach, by Delta Mike over the tower.
Southwest G58, count left tower 18.3.
18-3, total 258.
LAX, there we go.
Departure, this is
Here's
414 Alpha Bravo.
John White Tower 120 right, continue, wind 220 at 3 on the next approach, same as last time.
No one heard that.
Call departure, say again.
And then we can put in,
Southwest G58, number tower, runway 27, clear to land, wind 3104.
Beach Pier. Queen. Okay, so that is, we'll go V, VP, and I'll put this over so you can see. What's up, Verity?
San Luis departure, 414 Alpha Bravo. Can you confirm I'm on the correct frequency for VFR flight following?
414 Bravo. So you're talking to the right guy, but you're on the wrong frequency. Your departure frequency at San Luis is 120.5 out of 20.55.
This is kind of overkill, but
Sorry, you broke up at the end of that 1-2.
got some cruise. We got some cruising to do, so we might as well overkill. VP
12055, thank you.
L Huntington Pier.
For 503 Alpha Mike, did you have an approach request? I told you you're supposed to have a visual approach for 20 right, but I thought I may have heard you say something else.
No, actually, I'm doing the I-6. I need to go from Steel Beach, fly the full approach. Work that in.
And that should be. Nope. Okay, we need
503 Alpha Mike. Alright, clear up Steel Beach, cross Steel Beach, 4,000, clear ILS, Mike, use your right approach, report inbound failure.
Now we put this over to
we're gonna cross
GPS,
Steel Beach at 4,000,
and then we
we'll
go
report,
down here, and
That's
then
the
put this
inbound
onto
for
now,
cross Fager, is that correct? Alpha Mike?
and that will
Certainly,
turn
once
us
report
onto
crossing
it.
Fager, inbound to final.
Do a barrel roll. No.
Report cross Fager, inbound to final, Alpha Mike, on the 20 right.
Probably Thomas, hello.
There you go, I've got VFR traffic, 9 o'clock, 3 miles northeast.
VLOs are great. They were great. Got the office back, so that's good.
Appears to be descending now.
Is the audio a little bit out of whack? Let's do that.
Plus 4657 Ice Tower, right now with departure, remain outside for Bank for Charlie airspace, runway 16 strike, clear for takeoff.
How about that? Let's see. Yeah, the engine on this thing is really loud. I like that you're doing the coastal route. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you'll see, Ryan, how easy it is. I mean, I can't imagine that you did anything wrong. It's pretty straightforward. But we'll check it out regardless. Okay, so we went direct to, and we were kind of off course from there, and we can go direct to that now, and that will line everything up. How are we looking on speed? We got 139 over the ground. That looks fine. Let's put. Let's go to the right there.
Just the 211 kind of number tower, 18.3.
And also turn the fuel pump off. So that looks good. We've got fuel. We're now on the right tank, so that'll drain that a little bit more.
Just the 211 Lambert tower,
We're 22 squared roughly, which is appropriate, even though it might not be the fastest route. I was told to check in over the park. Yeah, mile square park is probably what you were told. And that's pretty, that's a little bit tricky if you don't have the right scenery or are not aware of, or not, you know, intimately familiar with the surrounding area. But that's one of those things where if you're said, you know, go direct Signal Peak, go direct the pier, go direct Mile Square Park, where you could kind of go unable, or, you know, not familiar in PilotEdge, and that's really no problem to do that in PilotEdge, and they understand that not everybody knows that or has the same scenery. You'll see that it's, I mean, if you look at it on Google Earth or Google Maps or whatever, that it's a clear park. I mean, it's just a big green mile square patch of green in the middle of Fountain Valley. But we'll check that out for sure. I'm gonna push up the manifold pressure here and see if we can squeeze any speed out of this thing. It's 139, 140, 41. 42.
Do you want flight following, and if so, what is your request altitude? Are you requesting flight following, and also, if so, what is your request altitude?
I think we may not have had that properly done either. Let's go Santa Barbara.
Roger.
Details, METAR. 29er, 89er.
Turn right, heading 340.
Yeah, so the documentation here is we're going to be flying. This is a good time to do this as well. So for the coastal route southbound, we're going to be flying the LAX 232 323 radial. If we go to nav here, we've got nav 1 there where it says VLOC 1, and that's going to be 113.6. 113.6, so that's in there. And then it's a 323 outbound radial. So you can either go 3, here's 31, 32, 323, which is like right there. Or instead of doing the reciprocal, you can go and, I mean, you can either do the math, or you can just go on the bottom little yellow dot there. You can put that dot on 323. So there's 31, 32, 323, which is about 143-ish on that side. And that's going to be the 2 radial, so we'll be better off on the deflection on that. I use Sky Vector and Dead Reckoning. The direction using the LAX Bravo description was using EG-1000. That definitely defined miles per hour. Yeah, once you're there, the big green square isn't hard to spot. Yeah, if you have the chart open, it's easy to figure out. Honestly.
Okay. Please be advised I was not on this frequency the whole time, so I may have missed earlier directions. 414 Alpha Bravo.
4 Bravo. I'm aware you're fine right now. Just make sure you get the correct frequency next time. Roger that.
Roger that. I don't see the park on the TAC. It's not on the supplement. It's on the chart itself. You have to look at the actual chart. Yeah, because that kind of stuff isn't going to be... That's the Mile Square Park is not part of the transition. It's not part of the TAC supplement. It's part of the VFR arrivals for John Wayne in particular. So if you look at the information for John Wayne, and they've got like a really good supplement on that, and I don't know, is it
50 Hotel, radar contact, departure.
I thought I had some queue that pulled it up, but there's a really nice PDF of all of the VFR.
Departure Cessna 5310 Hotel. It's 800 and 330 heading.
5310 Hotel, Cisco departure. Cancel altitude restriction. Resume on navigation.
Cancel altitude restriction. Resume on navigation.
It's not in 4-flight. You can put it in 4-flight. It's a PDF, but it is not in 4-flight.
Affirmative. Trying to get the weather now. Looking for the localizer Yankee Romeo 6.
I think there was another one too that had everything consolidated. Shenanigans, there's actually a separate group of information, or separate PDF that has nothing to do with charts. It's just strictly airport information. That's all unpublished stuff. So that the second link, that ocair.com one, that's for general aviation, and that explains the offset patterns and all that stuff. So that's a lot more of the native information from John Wayne itself. None of it's in the charts, none of it's charted. Stuff that you'd have to study or be told before you went in there. I can even probably pull it up here so you can see it on the screen. Let's do OC Air VFR. OC Air VFR. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So here's the information. So you got John Wayne, pilot information, all of the typical stuff that you'll find on 4-flight, but this is the native knowledge stuff right here. And it was slow to open up on the desktop, and it's probably going to be slow to open up on here. But keep in mind, though, as well, Ryan, that there's a difference between doing it on the fly on PilotEdge and actually doing it in the real world. They've got more time to help you in the real world, really. So this is all the information, and this shows you arrivals. So there's Mile Square Park. It's got the GPS coordinates in there, so you can put it in the GPS. You can have 4-flight send you there. You can look out the window and you can see it.
Santa Barbara approach.
And then you've got the piers, probably actually not on here.
Thank you.
Yeah, the pier is not on here, but yeah. So this document's got all the particulars, 15-degree offsets and all that kind of stuff. So that's where all that information lives, at least to the public. It's not technically published. So they kind of do that on purpose, because if you get instruction from Tower, then it becomes
Runway 6 approach, verified other mic.
You know, and you have to, you can't deviate from that instruction. And it's just a lot of information to depict on a chart.
Santa Barbara approach.
But it's something to consider too when you're really doing it for real, is to check all of those
Please cancel flight following.
resources. Flying to a new airport, go to the airport website. They might have extra information.
Have a good night.
You know, and John Wayne's definitely.
4 Foxtrot Golf, VFR traffic, 9 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 5,300 K, type and altitude verified, target appears Pavilion westbound.
Okay, looking for Foxtrot Golf.
4 Foxtrot Golf, target appears behind John, should be no back.
Okay, Roger, thank you for Fox Golf. Yeah, John Wayne is one of the trickier ones with all that, but it's still, you know, there's more information out there if you just look for it.
Yeah, I could take lower, better than Mike.
But Mike cross paradise at above 4,000.
At above 4,000.
Okay, so we're coming up to the VOR. It's right over our nose. Yep, right there. And it's gonna,
1041, John Wayne Merritt.
it's gonna turn.
After departure, flight heading 230.
And
Radar
one
Victor
second here.
Steel Beach. Victor 23. Popper. Santa Monica
Look at that.
125 radial. Santa Monica.
GPS.
Santa Monica 311 radial. Cyrex direct.
Yeah, the chart has it on there. You just, if you don't look at any other information besides the chart, it's easy to overlook that and be surprised. You know, they say fly to, you know, Signal Peak. I get that every time I come into John Wayne now, but if you're coming in there for the first time, you may not know what that is or where to look for it. It just takes that one time, you know, like, hey, I'm new here, could you give me a vector? You know, if you're really stuck, and they can give you a heading to fly there. But you know, you're supposed to brief everything. You know, and be familiar with the surroundings. So.
Okay, over to tower, flight over Mike.
But yeah, and Fort Flight is freaking awesome. Fort Flight is freaking sweet. Oh man, well, how's everyone doing tonight? Anybody new to the stream that wants to say hi? Is anybody thinking about starting to get their private license, or thinking about flying, or interested in planes and don't know where to start, or anything along those lines? Giggity boo, what's happening? Happy Thursday. Which one, Giggity? The starting, the wanting to start, the not knowing where to start? And Bebop Junkie, happy Thursday, how's it going? Looking into PPL, nice. Giggity, have you taken your Discovery flight? Still wondering how you complete a cross-country flight in Hawaii. Oh man, that's a great question. They have exemptions, I think, for Alaska too.
For 925, the Delta Mike, San Fernando Tower, wind 2208.
Thinking about downloading the X-Plane demo after the US Open.
Left down, way 24, clear to land.
Well, we all sucked at it at one point.
Yeah.
We should be heading off to another frequency, I would think, right? 2415. 2055. I have general knowledge. Oh, okay, so you have general knowledge from simming. Nice.
5310 Hotel, VFR traffic, 9 o'clock.
Been up in
1
multiple
mile.
small engines.
Northeastbound,
That's awesome.
2,700 indicated time for now, 300 feet slightly above you, should pass behind you.
That was Dr. Ocean, Alec. Dr. Ocean hooked you up.
Traffic to your 3 o'clock, 3 miles in direction. 2,900 indicated.
Oh, Discovery is way worth it. Oh, if it's 10 years ago, absolutely. Take as many Discovery flights as you can with different flight schools. Yeah, exactly. You don't. Especially if it's been a while.
SoCal, November 5310 Hotel, 2,800.
Santa Barbara approach, Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf. This frequency is starting to come in a little bit distorted. Any chance we can get an early frequency change?
444 Foxtrot Golf, change my frequency. Tell you what, nicely try this. I cannot point to approach on 124.7.
Okay, 24-7 for Foxtrot Golf.
503 on Mike, John Tower,
24-7. That sounds like a Point Magoo, actually.
SoCal, November 5310 Hotel, 2,800.
Let me just check, is that Point
For
Magoo? Good to say
5310
approach.
Hey, sir.
But yeah, that is Point Magoo.
5310 Dallas with my approach, LAL clear 29901.
91.
Point Magoo approach, Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf 5,500.
Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf, Point Magoo approach, Point Magoo altimeter 29901.
29901 for Foxtrot Golf, thank you. Is it more difficult migrating from simulator? It depends on how you fly the simulator. If you fly airliners on long-haul missions, then yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to transfer it. But if you fly general aviation and you've worked on some radio stuff and taken it seriously, then it can save you a lot of money.
41 Tower, runway 20 kilo clear, take off by 2203.
Let's see. Had to do some Class Bravo transitions tonight to show the kids how it's done. Nice, Fat Sim Flare. Well, there were some that needed some showing tonight. That's for sure. We had 3 Bravo busts tonight. That guy was not me. Okay. It was the same guy. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought too. It was the same guy twice. That's really funny. And I would not have expected it was you, Vatson Flyer. Right, so this is... we're coming into the... it's kind of semantics, but this would be considered Southern California, in my opinion. Santa Barbara is even kind of a little bit. I think technically you'd have to call it Southern California, but once you get into Camarillo, Oxnard, Camarillo, that's really where where the basin proper kind of starts in my mind, and that's just coming up right here. So this over here is Ventura. You can see that little marina area right there. That's the Ventura Marina, which is pretty cool little spot. So we got Oxnard, Ventura, Camarillo, and this is sending us right into the San Fernando Valley. So right now we're going to go over Thousand Oaks and directly into the real basin in the San Fernando Valley, at which time we'll start getting ready for the Bravo transition, which again is going to be pretty easy. So we don't really have anything to sweat. We're following 2 radials, and we'll have two radio calls, and that is it. Oh yeah, and Adone says, yeah, if you fly the sim like Bill does, which is basically VFR out of my actual airports, it's very helpful. If you fly
5310 Hotel, North Tower.
head in the panel IFR all the
Report
time,
over
it
the
won't
Hawthorne
transfer well
405
until
freeway.
instrument rating.
Maintain VFR at 2,500.
Sweet. Yeah, Don't. I'm excited for you to get that commercial check right. That's awesome, man. Very cool.
So I got the project room and
So yeah, the idea is, I mean, I'm not going to be doing 145 over the ground in the 172, but this is going to be the flight,
Popper 4000.
and it is. I'm going to have the autopilot on, and it's going to be chill time for a while. Bank of America, yes, I am flying VFR. Yeah. Got the autopilot on, which doesn't matter, but yeah, I am VFR 5,500, and we're going to do the coastal route Bravo transition southbound over LAX. Oh, she told me my PPL is going to be harder than my IR. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's different for everybody, but that may or may not be true. Couldn't see your panel. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we are. I mean, not that you can really tell from this, other than, you know, we're odds and plus 500. But yeah, we got our GPS going here. That's the wrong direction. So this is our route into John Wayne via the coastal route, and it's not the exact coastal route because we don't have exact GPS waypoints to set up the coastal route. We do have to fly the radial, but if you let's see, we can read this together maybe for a second here. The SFRA, the Special Flight Rules Transition, has an insane corridor. It's like 3 miles long. So coastal route southbound, enter the Bravo. Southbound Abeam Sepulveda Pass, established on the radial. So we do need to be established. Okay, and that's kind of what I thought. So that's fine. But the special flight rules, you really can. They let you be pretty sloppy on the radial. But this one we do need to be established on that radial before we enter, which won't be any problem because we've got tons of time. So once we start getting closer, we'll actually turn a little bit east right now. Right now we're flying southeast, so we'll turn a little bit to the left, so we can establish that radial without getting too close to the Bravo. And you'll see that when that happens. I'm always more with the instruments instead of outside flying with the G1000. Yeah, the more VFR stuff, and not that flying with the, or I should say, hand flying in the sim is different than VFR or IFR. Looking outside, but you know, being on autopilot isn't really that big of a deal if you're navigating airspace. Like I have it on autopilot, and I'm fully autopiloted now. I mean, I'm flying on the GPS. I'll usually fly in heading mode, and that acts as me hand flying, and I just, you know, twist the little heading bug, changes direction. I'm still looking outside, checking the instruments, doing all the stuff that I normally would do, but you just have everything hooked to the autopilot, so you're not having to fight the sim, which has terrible trim, to get the plane flying straight and level like you would in the real plane, which would be super easy to do. It's impossible to fly straight level with no autopilot in the sim. So and I do run failures, but I don't know. I mean, PilotEdge will sometimes throw me a failure here and there depending on who's controlling, which is good, but I don't fly with them off, but I don't really experience them a whole lot either, if that makes any sense. Stuff can break if I let it break, but there's only been a couple of times that something has really truly broken when it kind of should not have, or or I should say not when it should not have unsolicited by
Nelly
PilotEdge.
altimeter 29901. Clear through Los Angeles Bravo airspace. Clear northbound. Maintain VFR 2,500 miles from the Bravo airspace. Report overhead.
34.2. Do I have any licenses and ratings, IRL? I have a student pilot certificate. Yeah. So I have, I'm still a student pilot. I fly out of John Wayne. I was in a plane that looked similar to that, but I'm now flying a 172. So student pilot, I have 4.9 hours of PIC left before I am eligible for the check ride. So very close. We're in the middle of an insurance snag right now. So in a holding pattern, to borrow a phrase, and once that has been resolved, then I'll be doing this flight in real life and knocking out a big chunk of that PIC. So it'll probably take 2 flights, and then I'll be ready to go. And a dome, that is absolutely not true, but thank you. Any publicly available update on the insurance situation? Yes. They think they have it done, and they just have to double confirm and get back to me, which has not happened. So that is that's the update, and there really isn't anything more than that to that update. Like I was told, I think it's done. Let me check, and then it's been a while. So. But that is good news. Yeah, it's good news if it's true, 100%. It's fantastic news if it's true. And I believe that it is true. The past week has been a little bit crazy, so I haven't really been breathing down their neck about it, but I will check in here and see what we can find out. Is there a lot of groundwork written tests for PPL? There is a crap load. Yes, there is a lot. I hope Brad doesn't listen to this, because I don't know how he would feel about me saying this, but it seems like there is a huge chunk of information that you need to know for the written test, and even for the oral for the check ride, that you really don't. You'll forget after the check ride and after the written test. I think Brad would agree on the written test for sure, but I also think that there's probably some truth to the check ride stuff a little bit, maybe. So the like ramping up to take those tests and pass them are much more it's more of a hurdle than the actual act of continuing on flying. There's constant learning and, continuing to take ratings and all that stuff. But Brad would 100% agree.
A good pilot is always learning.
That is true. Yeah, the knowledge, check ride knowledge for sure. Is there school or just handbooks? There is both. Giggity. There's definitely both, and there's a lot of both. So, like, right now I feel a little bit more daunted for those knowledge tests than my actual flying ability and skill would probably dictate. That's like most testing. I'm a paramedic in New York City. Nice, dude. Thank you. And studied simply to pass the test. So much of it is fluff. Yeah, that is. I haven't taken the written yet. I'm pretty close to
Mike, taxi ramp by Bravo.
getting the sign off actually from Jason Shepard from that.
310 Hotel, the Bravo
but
airspace.
yeah, I feel like I know I can hop in the plane and fly almost literally anywhere. But it's just a matter of checking all the boxes and making sure that DP agrees with that statement. How many questions is there written in the U.S.? It is 60 questions, and they give you 2.5 hours. I think is how much it is. Yeah, 2.5 hours. So, there's a few sections that are just ridiculous on the practice stuff. It's pretty funny. Recommended reading material.
And northbound transition is approved.
I mean, you guys can chime in. I just got as much stuff as I could. The FAA has some free stuff you can get online in PDF form, or you can buy physical copies of it. They're not too expensive, but everyone's got a preference. Airplane flying handbook is awesome. Yeah, that's what I got. Free PDFs online. I skipped every single GS estimation question or the ones like those are the sections that are really pissing me off. I don't, and I've just given up and go, you know what? I'm just gonna guess. And I actually, when I was just in guessing mode, ended up getting a lot of them right, which was kind of funny. Just eyeballing, like, okay, the wind's coming from this direction, the airport I'm flying in is in this direction, so it's going to slow me down and push me to the left. So I'm going to want to aim right, so it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to go for the longer of the three. And if you just do that much, you can pretty much get pretty close on most of those answers, which is really funny. Exactly. Usually at least one answer is super wrong. Just eyeball it, yeah. I mean, you could do it on ForeFlight. Like, it's so ridiculous. Where you can go, all right, you want to get to Van Nuys. How do you know, what's the heading and how long is it going to take and how much fuel is going to be used?
On 134.9.
7 minutes, 1 gallon, and you're going to fly heading of 070.
34.2.
34.2, 444, Foxtrot Golf, seal.
Bye.
But yeah, no iPads in the testing site. SoCal approach, hello, Arrow 444, Foxtrot Golf 5500.
Arrow 444, Foxtrot, SoCal approach, book break altimeter 29901.
29901, thank you very much, for Foxtrot Golf.
SoCal approach, Grumman 81041, level 4000.
What's up, Torbs?
Grumman 81041, approach the altimeter.
Not a clue. Not a clue, man.
2991041.
That's that little spinny thing? I don't even know where mine is. Which one's the E6B? I don't remember. Gregorian, what's up? Yeah, it's one of these, right? This one, the spinny one? This is the, right? E6B? 260 gallons in 80 minutes. No, but for real, this little thing, this is the E6B, and this is what you use to do that, but it just takes you a lot longer. And it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty useful. I like having it because you never know. I mean, the batteries will never run out on this. And you can get a lot of stuff done on here. I still think with the amount of technology that we have at our disposal, the chances that like multiple phones, multiple iPads, GPS are all going to fail at the same time is very, very low. Arizona Aviator, happy Thursday. So it's super low. You're gonna be fine, but it's still nice that they make you learn it. They need to. It's just a little bit on the frustrating side how not very practical that knowledge is right now. You use your E6B as a coaster, yeah. I want to know how to use it, which is why I've learned on it. I want it in the plane. I want it to be there. peace of mind, just it's fine. It's totally fine. They really should teach for flight. I mean, the EFBs are really something they should teach somewhat in, more from an FAA standpoint. But yeah, I'm a firm believer that solid proficiency on on the manual calculations develops your problem-solving skills. Yeah, I agree. So that's a joke. But one time, but one time another instructor at my school actually did use the E6B as a coaster for his Coke, and I was so pissed. That's really funny. Yeah, it's good to know. The paper charts are good to know. It is, like Arizona said, it's a diminishing skill. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. I like knowing that I know how to use it. I like knowing that I know how to read charts and be able to figure out navigation with charts. But it's just becoming so irrelevant for 99% of the flying that we all do. Frankly, in the sim as well. I mean, that's even more so because who cares how much fuel you have. But yeah, like I said, I just like knowing that I have it in there. Okay, so we're going to just watch this radial here. So we're going to watch this radial. Once that's straight up and down, we're going to call that established. We're at the right altitude, and we will turn in once we're cleared in there. Right now we're flying pretty much perpendicular to the radial, so that's fine. Vets and Flyer, yes, you can. I'm flying into Van Nuys and got a pic of you. Yes.
I'll give you a pass.
That's awesome.
I just want to make one quick little note, just to make sure you fully understand this. When you're taking off out of LA and you got the Seal Beach departure, it says there's that restriction for the radial where you cross under the radial and you have to maintain below 3,000 until you cross the radial.
Nice, Vets, and that's really funny.
Just make sure
little
that
speck out there. I love
radial
it.
is practically at the end of the runway for the 25 and 24s, so you don't have to wait until you're miles and miles and miles from LA to climb past 3,000. All you have to pretty much be is the end of the runway, slightly past the end of the runway, and that will meet that requirement.
So you coming in? All right, so the Sepulveda Pass is right up here, and we need to be abeam that. So we're just about ready to call up here. SoCal approach, Aero 444, Foxtrot Gulf. We're coming up on established on the 323 LAX radial for the coastal route southbound.
There's Mike, standby. 4 Foxtrot Gulf, say again.
We're established on the 323 radial for the LAX VOR for the southbound coastal route.
4 Foxtrot Golf, contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
34.9er, 4 Foxtrot Golf.
Through from Mike, essentially what you do is take off heading 251, and once you cross the 154 radial, you can climb above 3,000, and you can start your turn to 201.
SoCal approach, Aero 444, Foxtrot Golf, 5,500 established on the 323 radial for the southbound coastal route.
Mike, that's not necessarily anchor. Like I just wanted to kind of, when you were flying out, it looked like you were climbing out very shallow. I just wanted to know if you actually were going to apply that restriction. It seems like you understand that, so I gave you a pin.
SoCal approach, Grumman 041 has Charlie.
This is Mike, right? Right 1041, SoCal approach. We're 4445 Foxtrot Golf, 6 approach, LA altimeter 29R1, cleared through LA Bravo airspace, goes through southbound, and VFR 5,500 while to the Bravo airspace.
All right, cleared through the LAX Bravo, maintain 5,500, 444 Foxtrot Golf. Okay. Lovely. So obviously they're busy. So there's not like a there's a little bit of delay in the handoff there. You wouldn't have to circle.
All right, 310-134.
You'd get you know, you'd get cleared probably further back, honestly. So that's a little bit different than you would get in the real world. But once you're cleared, you know, you just turn on the radio. The VOR, and this kind of helps too with navigation, the VOR for LAX is the departure end of the runway. So if you just line your nose up with the departure end of the runway, you're good to go.
041, solid request.
Max the Dog, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. No, let's see here. I have no problems using VSR. No beacon codes for the VFR routes. No, I mean it's just flight following. Yeah, you're just cleared through there. But yeah, there's no special code for the controlled transitions. For the special flight rules, it's 1201. Oh, see, when I was I think it's funny and ironic that we are having the discussion today about why do we have to know VORs, because ForeFlight and GPS won't fail. Well, I think it's more, Ernie, I don't think it's as much the VORs failing, it's the it's everything else, like the navigation stuff. I think pretty much we've got I think the FAA, like everyone does a good job of promoting the VOR navigation to some extent. Maybe, you know, individual experience might vary, but it's the, like, how far are we from that point? Do we have enough fuel to get there? How long is it going to take? That kind of stuff is what ForeFlight does, like, instantly, that you would have to get your plotter out. How far is it? What's our fuel burn? How long is it going to take? All that kind of stuff. That's where ForeFlight, you know, your phone, electronic flight bag is unbelievable. The VOR stuff, I agree. Like, GPS could fail. You know, and Dead Reckoning, you know, there's some math involved in that for sure, but it's really the navigation stuff that, or the calculation stuff that it does really well. Bowman, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. And hello, Goldsy, the Continental Treasure. I blew it. Goldsy, the Continental Treasure. Happy Little Friday. And Ryan, thank you for gifting the sub to a dome. That is friggin' awesome, man. Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you. Faz Gamer Kid, welcome. Thank you very much. So once we hit the LAX VOR, which is right here, then we're going to be on the outbound 123 radial, and that is just a slight turn to the left. But we're on track right now. It's kind of deflecting a little bit as we get closer here, so that's fine. We're not like perfectly lined up on it. But if we get the 123 radial here, and then we're going to catch that on the outbound. So once we're kind of established, we know that this heading is holding the VOR, we're fine, then we're going to turn it. And then while we're doing that, I'm also going to get the ATIS for John Wayne. 26. If I have to do one NDB approach, yeah, I don't. NDBs are definitely dying. Let's see if we can get.
Okay, whoever's trying to call, you need the carrier signal only to your key in your life. There's no voice coming through. Just stay there.
Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information uniform. John Wayne Airport, ATC information uniform. 0353 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
Calm. Calm in a million. Friggin' piece of cake. We really like calm in a million. Okay, so we're pretty much over. I'm gonna let this go and intercept that line. We're a little bit west of where we want. Goldsy, dude, it's at night and in the morning. That marine layer definitely screws with us. I'm sitting through a hurricane. Well, I'm sorry, Goldsy. I wish you were sitting here chilling. Okay, so that should be coming in soon. Coming in soon. Should fly the pattern inverted. A tropical depression. That sounds too bad. Come on, where you at, Radial? There he goes. There he goes. And now once that is straight up and down, we're gonna hit our heading. There we go. Okay, and what did we say we had uniform?
John Wayne Airport, ATC information uniform. 0353 Zulu.
This is the cool part about the coastal route. This is how it's like in the real plane too. It's quiet. It's just like this. There's 2 frequency changes. You fly that radial, inbound and outbound, and you're done. Special flight rules, you're talking, you're a little bit busier, but this is really cake. Where's Long Beach? Go up here a little bit more. Oh yeah, there it is. There's
443 Victor Bravo, San Luis Tower. Good evening. Enter left base runway report 2 miles in.
Oh, my ears. It's music. We do like Brandon. Brandon was great. But this is greater. So much greater. Oh, the Lakers sector, the one you're on now, isn't an overly busy frequency RL. No airliner traffic. The only handle IVR and VFR transitions. Huh.
Yeah. For the radio check, it's loud and clear.
It's super quiet. In the real world, it's awesome. Just like almost like, hello, I just want to check, make sure everyone's here.
Number 33 Echo Echo Bakersfield Tower, good evening, Roger. Make straight in, runway 30 right, report a 3-mile final.
Oh, go away.
I wish there was a way to get that on the frequency. That'd be really funny.
I don't call you names.
Could probably just put like my speaker in front of the microphone and get pretty close. Do that on frequency. Oh, it'll go away. Gold Z is the best. Yeah, the ortho looks pretty good down here. Safely yet firmly down at Van Nuys. Nice, man. Take that, Van Nuys. Flight passage, he absolutely is the best. Yeah, good lord, look at that. How is that not real? I mean, I guess it kind of is real, but... all the way down to the Inland Empire, visibility's looking nice. It's kind of rare that's that much too. I think Goldsy knows. Goldsy knows what's up. He is a modest man, but he's also a confident man.
Number 3 Victor Bravo, runway 29, clear to land.
Can't wait to do my solo next month so I can join
Destination ATC is
yeah, dude.
126.0.
Thank you very much for flight, but guess what? We already have uniform. We're one step ahead of you because we're staying ahead of this flight. Now we are
1041 connect Burbank Tower 18.7.
We are now clear of the Bravo without incident.
November 444 Foxtrot Golf connect approach on 128.1.
28-1 444 Foxtrot Golf. See. Once you get out of SoCal, you learn what real visibility is. I bet, man. I mean, I flew up in Washington, and that was pretty crazy. SoCal approach, Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf 5500. We've got uniform at John Wayne.
Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf, SoCal approach, good evening. The John Wayne altimeter 2992, and you've left the Los Angeles Bravo now to your discretion. Report over Huntington Beach Pier.
Okay, we'll be heading down, reporting over the pier, 444 Foxtrot Golf.
Number 9750 Romeo bracket ground. Good evening.
Okay, so Goldsy right there just told me to go direct to the pier. That is 100% real. They'll usually give you the Miles Square Park, which we actually might be able to see from here. Yeah, I think that's Miles Square right there. And they'll give you Miles Square Park if you're coming in from like Brackett or Fullerton or something like that. If you're coming in from anything west of that, they'll give you Huntington Beach Pier. But either way, you know, it's if you don't have a scenery that shows the pier, you know, it'd be hard to pick that up without having that visual, like, oh, well, there's a pier, that must be it because it's the only one. That's Seal Beach up here. So it's, you know, easy to see in real life, but knowing that you're going to be instructed to do one of those two. Again, the Miles Square Park thing, you're probably not going to get that much, but anticipating that, yeah, and Signal Peak from the south. Signal Peak is, I mean, that's, unless you really know where that is, that can be even tougher because it's, you know, it's not much of a peak, honestly. So you got to anticipate that you're going to be getting one of those entries into John Wayne. And if you don't see it on your sim, you kind of have to look at the chart. It's in the GPS. We have it in the GPS right here. So it is something that you can input. But you kind of have to fudge it a little bit if you don't visually see it. I guess visually is the only way to actually see
John, I don't even remember giving you a landing clearance.
Let's see. Sorry, flight passage. I missed that. I actually am from up there, and we lived up there for a couple years. SoCal, back up to Seattle for a couple years, which is where I grew up, and then back down here. So I did my first Discovery flight up there out of KTIW. Signal peak. Only way you know you hit it is when the popcorn starts popping. Yeah. I shouldn't say it's that hard to see. I mean, it's, you know, and that's it right there. You can see the discoloration, and that's basically it. It's just
Michael clearance, Steve Gary, clear to the
just
John
being
Wayne
more
Airport, Seal Beach East, departure then direct.
familiar with the
Climb by
area.
the state, accept, maintain 4,000.
Ernie, thank you very much for asking. He actually has been getting some really good news lately. So all of his numbers are going down. His PSA numbers, I think PSA. All of his PSA numbers are going down. He's on some drugs that are helping lower it even more. So
R3 Alpha might be back as correct.
it's all good news for sure. But thank you very much for asking, Ernie. Yeah, this is the Bing, but I made it just with Ortho 4XP. So yeah, PSA going down is very good. Yeah, so we're happy about that for sure. Yeah, this isn't
turn left on Delta,
any canned thing. This is, I think, Zoom level 17 Bing from Ortho 4XP. SoCal approach, Aero 444, Foxtrot Golf for 3,000, descending through 2,800 over the pier.
Number 444, Foxtrot Golf, thanks. Center right down, runway 20 right, connect John Wayne Tower 126.8.
Okay, right downwind for 20 right, connecting to the tower for Foxtrot Golf. See ya. You can see the pier in the park now. That's good. Yeah, being able to see them makes a pretty big difference. John Wayne Tower, good evening. Aero 444 Foxtrot Golf, descending through 2,600 with uniform over the pier.
Number 444 Foxtrot Golf, John Wayne Tower, good evening. Report midfield right down, runway 20 right.
Okay, report midfield downwind 20 right for Foxtrot Golf. I think that's what you're supposed to say. You should try making your own autogen placement. Really adds detail compared to SoCal real world. Interesting. The SoCal one, I mean, it's been fine. I really do try to not get too hung up on the real sim stuff, because you know my focus is really on the real world flying. But the West Coast,
Tower, Skyhawk 3
the SoCal real world thing was a huge upgrade. I really liked it.
Taxi the ramp by Al from industry.
Yeah, it's really has made a huge difference.
All right, night, Sean. Have a good weekend. See you next time.
Yeah, there's Miles Square right over the wing, which is actually a really fantastic park in real life. Super, super nice.
Bracket Tower, Cessna 7 Sierra Romeo, holding short at 26.
Most of what I do is PilotEdge, so for me, ortho is important. I avoid the autogen, but I know streamers seem I think they're, I mean, I don't know how heavy it is on the frames. That could be a reason. But yeah, I'm with you, Flight Passage. I fly pretty much strictly on for flight. On PilotEdge, sorry. But for flight too. All right, let's get this thing down nicely.
Pull up. Pull up.
Bank of America, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard officially. All right, let's go. Fuel is on the fullest. Let's go full props, full mixture. Lights are on.
We have Sierra, and say hi to Bill for me.
Bill can hear you. You can say hi yourself. Runway 25 left, taxi by Alpha and Foxtrot.
25 left, yeah. Alpha Foxtrot, Jeff.
Hi, Gary.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, that guy is so awesome. Okay. Got 500 feet to go. That's really funny. One 671 Quebec. I think he's 5-6 Alpha Mike now, right? John Wayne Tower, 444 Foxtrot Golf, midfield, right downwind, 20 right.
Air 4 Foxtrot Golf, with this calm, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 20 right, 4 Foxtrot Golf. 503 Alpha Mike, yeah. But it was 1671 Quebec, right? That was what he was, 1671 Quebec. How do you guys know the perfect approach to these destination airports? Is it in-game or something else? Well, this is my home airport. This is the airport that I fly at in real life. So I'm a little bit more familiar with this one, but it's unique. It is very unique for arrivals, but you just kind of have to plan, and the more of these types of airports you go to, you kind of figure out what you're probably going to get. There's information available online as well, but this one is an exception because it's John Wayne is just, there's no airport like John Wayne. So there's some weird stuff to this, which I happen to know because I fly it in real life, and PilotEdge does an excellent job of matching the real world procedures almost identically. So it's a little bit of both. But yeah, this is my home airport right here. No wake turbulence, which is not realistic. Caution jet blast, caution wake turbulence. I'll take acceptable, that's fine. Let's go down. Let's get straight in. Yeah, very atypical. Online where? Give me 1 second and I will I'll give you a link here. John Tower, Arrow 444 Foxtrot Golf, clear of 20 right, and we're straight into ACI West.
4 Foxtrot Golf, roger, cross Bravo, straight into the ramp. You can remain this street.
Bravo, straight in, staying with you, 4 Foxtrot Golf. Let's see. Here is a little PDF that is super good for John Wayne if you are interested in kind of what the particulars are for the airport. Yeah, it's very strange. Okay, so let's get that thing stopped. This is the FB. I mean, this is right where I park in the real world. Just pull right off at hotel, which could not be any more convenient, and then we're straight into ACI. So, and the strobes are on because whoops. So let's get lights coming off, fuel pump coming off, avionics coming off, mixture, and there we go. Okay. All right, there you go, YouTube. Thank you very much for following the second half of the long cross-country trip. I might link the first half below, so check that out. And then as soon as Insurance Land is happy, I will be doing this in the real 53176, which we didn't fly today for, it was down for maintenance. So we picked the old Just Flight Arrow, which I have so much time in. So thank you guys for watching on YouTube, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Pull up.
Okay, there you go.